Hello folks, Bronco Bob here with Texas Best Used Motorcycles. Here today to show you a really cool rig. It's a 1956 Willys two-door wagon. It's four-wheel drive. It's got the original flathead six-cylinder engine. This truck's been in the family since it was new, and the son went through a restoration process, started back in around 2007, and I got more details on it. But basically he painted it, he got it running, put a new distributor, new battery, new radiator. The motor runs real smooth. It also has a new fuel pump. They cleaned out the carburetor. It does have the original oil bath air cleaner, and they converted it to a 12-volt system. It's got a brand new set of good looking 31-inch 6-ply dual sport tires. They're called IROCs. It's got a spare fuel can. The chrome on the outside. The stainless, of course, is in excellent shape, like you see the door handles. Some of the chrome is pitted just from age. They did take all the glass out of the truck before they painted it. They did some rust repair. They replaced the floorboards. And I'll move this tailgate up in a minute, but they replaced the panel that the bumper attaches to. Back in the back, you got some seats that fold up and down. I want to show you these parts. There's a couple boxes of parts, some receipts. That's the original AM radio that goes right in front of the steering wheel. Got a few more parts here, windshield wipers. Oh, and they converted it from the vacuum windshield wipers and converted it to electric, and they work real good. Here's a 12-volt voltage regulator. I believe this white box has the original distributor. Let me set that back here. I'll slide this in here. It does have a spare tire, it just doesn't look real good. And I wondered what this indentation is in the floorboard right here in the middle, and that's to allow clearance for the differential. Thought that was kind of interesting. These seats look very original. They have repainted the floors and put the wood strips, and the seats could stand to be recovered. I mean, they're pretty good shape, really. Probably already been recovered once in its life. 61 years old. The side panels are good. The window panels, it does need a headliner, and it needs sun visors replaced. But the tailgate and all this glass back here is in good shape. I do want to mention, and I'll show you, the driver's door glass is cracked, but this is the panel down here on the bottom that they replaced, the metal. It's got the original Willys wraparound bumpers. Those are usually long gone, but these are actually the original ones, and they're not in that bad a shape. I'm going to close the hatch. It all locks and turns like it's supposed to. You can see some of the chrome back here has got some pitting on it. And I've got the engine running right now. It runs real smooth. It's a 3-speed manual transmission, and then it has a worn overdrive. You got an extra lever that you flip to engage the overdrive. It's got the original little hood stay where it just kind of slides on that rail, and I put a little bit of grease on it. Let's go ahead and we'll close the hood. The hood ornament also got a little pitting on it. Looks like some of the black is coming off the grill. But it's a sweet little ride. And maybe they didn't know how to hook up the alternator. It's a 12-volt system. But in order for it to charge, you have to flip the switch up. If the switch is down, the battery will go dead. And you can watch the gauge when I flip it up. Now it's when I flip it down. This is your shifter. This is your overdrive. And those two are your transfer case. And that's where the radio goes. It's got the original steering wheel with the double grips. The driver's seat, you know, it could stand to be recovered, but kind of looks cool in an old truck. It needs a rubber on the brake pedal. It kind of looks like they kind of wore it out. It does have Dynamat. You can see under the dash that they put on the floorboards. When they replaced the metal, they put Dynamat just to give it a little extra insulation. And they put a late model aftermarket heater. It's called a Heater Craft. So that's all brand new. That's the hoses. And as I mentioned, the wipers are electric. I'll turn those on. There you see them working. The old vacuum wipers just didn't quite cut the mustard. But all the original gauges work. The housing is, again, a little bit corroded. It does have the original owner's manual and little service deal. And actually that says 1960 Jeep service vehicle, but this is the actual owner's manual for the Willys. Pretty neat little deal. But you could put a headliner in it, you could recover the seats, or truthfully you could drive it just like it is, because it gets a lot of attention, and I kind of like the original looking interior. We'll do a walk around one more time. The paint is a decent paint job. It's kind of a driver quality. It's not perfect by any means. There's a few little marks and bubbles. It does have some oil leaks. Not sure what all's leaking, but 61-year-old vehicle. The transfer case probably needs to be resealed. Looks like it's got a new muffler. It's got a couple drips there by the oil pan. And the rear is a Dana, looks like 44. I'm not sure what the front is. It does have worn locking hubs. But it's a cool little rig. Transmission shifts good. Goes into overdrive like it's supposed to. Four-wheel drive works. Just a neat rig. If you got any questions, give us a call. I'm Bronco Bob with Texas Best Used Motorcycles, and we're right here in Mansfield, Texas. Happy trails.